Just give me a sec, guys, while I share this round. Just so people know that we're live and exclusive. Right guys, so good evening and welcome to Thursday night, and yes, it is the Thursday Night Race League and it is the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box. Yes, it is Thursday. Of course it is. What day would you think it is? We are here for round number 3 and it is another 2-race format. That is right, the sprint races are back and we are here at Donington Park, which is going to be very close on times. Looking at testing at the moment, free practice. I was just talking to the guys what they're aiming to do tonight and what is going to be happening for a very close night of racing. We do have some very interesting sort of lap times at the moment in free practice. We've come up to 9.5 minutes left of the session before we get into the 15 minutes of qualifying, and then obviously the two 30-minute races tonight. It may feel like, you know, why is the 30 minutes, why is it not an hour long like it was last week at Kyalami? Well, we're back to the sprint race format for this evening. It is going to be very close. Times are looking very close as well. In, of course, free practice of Luke goes off at the old hairpin. But looking at the drivers then, so we've got Adam Foster, obviously season 2 championship winner. He's now in the Ferrari if you're unfamiliar. And then obviously you've got Luke in the trusty Mercedes. He's always in the Mercedes. He's Luke, he seems to be thereabouts. He's actually 0.594 of a second behind Adam's time in practice at the moment. He's looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. Adam goes off at Coppice there, so it's going to be a bit of a main charge. Then you've got Stefano Marchetto in the Mercedes, the number 4 Mercedes. Obviously won the 2 sprint races at Imola, and I believe he won the other race at Kyalami. I think he did. I'm just trying to remember top of my head for the second. But just give me 1 second. Just give me a sec. Championship table is what I want. Yes, that is what I want. Yes, Stefano actually got pipped by Adam Foster at Kyalami, rather. I do apologise, got it the other way around. So, you know, Stefano is going to look to see what he's going to do for this evening here at Donington for the number 4 Mercedes, the orange trimmed Mercedes, should I say. But he is currently leading the championship, so with having them 2 wins at Imola and then obviously a second place at Kyalami last week, it seemed to help him thereabouts. Then you've got Bart currently. Bart is 4th fastest in free practice at the moment. It seems to be a very close contested, as I say, with the times in free practice. Then you've got Rich in the Bentley. He's not getting on here at the moment. He's not getting on well with the Bentley at the moment here at Donington. He seemed to be having a bit of a topsy-turvy Kyalami, but he was having a great battle. Then you got Comet is in the Audi. He's just in pit lane at the moment, just getting sorted for getting his other laps. Then you got Yuri, the another Dutch contingent in the Lamborghini, the number 5 Lamborghini's teamed up with Clenouth, but Clenouth seems to be we'll show Clenouth in a moment or two, but hopefully you guys can hear me well on stream. If you can't, let us know, guys. I will be more than happy to adjust volume, etc. if you can't hear me. With 6 minutes to go in free practice. Then you got Dazza made his debut at Kyalami last week. He had a bit of a sort of a issue. I think he had a bit of a disconnection, which kind of hampered his debut. He was doing very well to get thereabouts, but then obviously with the disconnection and a bit of an incident as well, but nevertheless he is back for another crack. I think he is back for the remainder of the season as well, so it's good to see him back. And then you got Michael in the Ferrari, the number 15 Ferrari, as the camera pans around to the blue, black and red Ferrari. He will be in the number 15. Then you got Clenouth, just as the camera's going to spin around yet again, in the number 900 Lamborghini. Clenouth actually got 4th place at Kyalami last week. It seemed to be a very close 4th place for Clenouth, his career best. He literally drove the wheels off that Lamborghini. He seemed to be very adaptable. He was obviously M-Class winner due to the likes of Dario, which is here. He's actually, Dario wasn't there last week, so Clenouth made the advantage to claim the M-Class win for himself last week, which was very good, and getting a 4th overall was a very good drive and a very good job indeed. Then you got Sky Fu. We're not too sure who this guy is. He's new to me, but he's in the number 10 Bentley in the blue and black, so it's a sort of a metallic-y chrome blue, and it's got a white wing on the back of his Bentley, and he will be driving the number 10 Bentley. Then you've also got Mike Bullen in the Honda, the sole Honda this evening, because unfortunately Poddy Flack has had an injury, but it should be very close to see exactly what is going to happen for Mike Bullen. Obviously, you know, loves the Honda, so you know he's going to be seeing how well he does here at Donington tonight. But yes, it is going to be very interesting around here. But we'll see how well things go for the drivers then. So we do have Donington Parkland that has been hosted British Grand Prix, British GTs, as well as British Superbikes and British Touring Cars. But tonight is the night of Thursday Night Race League, and it is going to be very close. We'll see if Luke actually stays out, so we'll go on board with Luke for a final lap then of Donington Parkland, and it is the full GP Luke. It is not the national circuit, but breaking into Redgate then for turn number 1, which is a very close corner. It can be very close in, if you know what I mean. Then he's going down in towards Hollywood, which is here, then into the Crane Curves, throws it in. There's a double yellow flag somewhere on track, and maybe a car's gone off into the old hairpin. We go then, gets a bit crossed up there as he goes into Swans Curve, but this is where it's going to get very tight, because you go into McLean's, you've got to pick the line right if you want to go onto the right hand side to get the next line into Coppice, which can be very careful. You've got to be very careful, especially on entry and exit. It's a double right hand bend, but flying down the Dunlop Straight, it was known as the Dunlop Straight purely because the Dunlop Bridge used to go right across that straight, and you can easily get onto the infield. But now breaking into the Foggy's S's, but obviously it's now known as the S's, so he's going to be breaking down in towards the Melbourne hairpin, which is now, it's going to be probably a gear 1 corner. Very tight on entry, but very close to see exactly what he's going to do as he fires it up towards Goddard to complete the lap then. So it seems to be a very close proximity lap time round here. What's he going to do? He's round in the 127.7 at the moment, so it's going to be very close to see what he does. He has to go 128.032 to start with, but we'll see how close that is going to get. As I say, we'll give exactly variation cameras. We will also go on board with a few drivers throughout the night, because obviously with the battles, but it is going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I believe Kakatakos is going to be making it thereabouts, but we'll see exactly how things go for this evening. If you can hear me on stream, guys, let us know. If you can, please like and subscribe to Thursday Night Race League. It will help you, these guys, out massively. It will also help me massively because of the commentary and also bits and pieces, you know. It will give the guys a very close proximity on stream. I am just going to quickly nip to the loo, and then I will be back in a moment or two, but we've got around 15 seconds left of free practice, so I will be back in a moment or two. There we go. So let's see what tonight is going to bring then. Is Stefano Marchetto going to extend his championship lead, or is Adam Foster going to close the gap and say, you know, let's bring this to exactly how things go? It is going to be very close and very interesting sort of qualifying session. It looks like Kakatakos has made it. So he's in the 88 Ferrari. It looks very nice, the green, black and metallic red Ferrari. So it's going to be very close to see how well he does. We are now getting ready for qualifying. So we do have the green light at the end of pit lane. It looks like Adam Foster is the first one to make the jump then, to literally push his way to try and see if he can get pole position. Seems to be doing very well round here already in obviously into free practice, but now it's the all-important qualifying session for the sprint race. The sprint race, the grid for the sprint race qualifying will determine that. So sprint race 1 will be how it forms after qualifying. Sprint race 2 grid will be exactly the same, so you know, whatever happens there, I'm not too sure whether it was the same as qualifying or it was actually the race results. I can't remember last time at Imola, but I'm sure there's quite a few people. I think Michael's just sat there at the moment in pit lane, Daz is in pit lane, Skyfu, and of course Kakatakos, famous for racing his Porsche, but he's now gone for the Ferrari this season, so we'll see how well he does. Clef is also thereabouts, but the timing screens will update themselves once the times go in, but they're on their outlaps at the minute then, so it is going to be very close with times. Times were very close in practice, but it will seem how well things go with the red and yellow and orange Ferrari, the number 1 machine, with Adam Foster famously raced the McLaren last season, season before that, but now has gone to Ferrari, and to see how well he gets thereabouts, he will be pushing on for what could be a very close matched 2 sprint races tonight. 13 minutes and 6 seconds left of qualifying, so the qualifying session will be very close. It will be thereabouts, but there's 3 Ferraris, there is 2 Audis, and of course it's actually 3 Audis, I do apologise. Looking, is it 3? No, it's 2. My eyes are playing tricks on me. There's about 3 Mercedes, 2 Bentleys. Actually, there's 4 Mercedes, and then there's obviously 2 Bentleys, 3 Ferraris, 2 Lamborghinis, and 1 Honda this evening. So it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. We'll see what Comma can do tonight. Pushed very hard at Kyle Army for the our endurance race that they had. Obviously a bit of issues, but he came from quite far back to get to where he wanted to be, but hopefully he pushes that Audi all the way for quite some fantastic battles tonight. If you can hear airplanes, we're right next to East Midlands Airport, so you know most of the drivers have landed here this evening and obviously or during the week to get some testing, but at the moment it's a 1:27.4 by Adam Foster. Then let's see how well he's going to do. Is he going to try and push that momentum for that Ferrari to get there? But Comma goes second then, so Comma goes 1.887 of a second. He's actually at 1:29.3 at the moment, so that seems a very good lap time from Comma. But Dario, it was thereabouts, but Luke, however, up into second, 0.309. So that's very interesting lap time from the number 11 Mercedes driver, the Welshman, trying to be very quick. He wants to be put in a title charge. He said to me, or from what I've heard, he wants to be now or break to try and get to where he wants to be. He wants to get very comfortable. He wants to get into that title fight. He wants to push on. Boss, however, that is Boss in the number 33 Mercedes, 1.3 seconds behind the likes of Luke and of course Adam Foster at the moment. That is a very good lap time. What has he done? He has actually done a 1:28.8 there, so it's going to be very close. Comma gets knocked down to 4th then. So Jersey Rich, obviously Rich, not enjoying his time with the Bentley round here at the moment. It's 1.9 of a second behind. He's in 5th place at the moment then, so it's 10.5 minutes to go in qualifying. Left, he's going to be there about, I think Dario's 6th, Clem 7th for the moment, Michael in 8th for the moment, 4.3 seconds behind these guys, so he's going to have to push on. The likes of Yuri does it, Marmoloso, Skyfu, Bullen and Kakasakos are yet to set a time in qualifying, but they still have 10 minutes remaining. But let's see what Adam Foster is going to do. He's gone a 1:27.3 now, so still thereabouts. Luke's still there, 0.4 seconds behind. So it could be a very close battle between the Ferrari and Mercedes, but it is not the Mercedes title challenger of Stefano Marchetto at the moment. He's going to be pushing on. He is going to be thereabouts. He's still trying to set a lap time. So Bart's still 3rd, Rich is up into 4th, then Dario 5th. Now that looks Comma back down to 6th. Then let's see what's happening with Comma going up towards Coppice then. So it's going to be thereabouts, but there's going to be a lot of interest this evening to see how well the local lads get on. You know, whether the Dutch guys and you know there's a few guys thereabouts, but it's going to be very close. It's going to be how you like to race. There's a yellow flag towards I believe that is it Boss? That's, you know, it's not. It is. I'm trying to pick out who it is on the map. I think it was Kakasakos, I think. But Marmolotto then, Stefano Marchetto up into 2nd place then. So the title nemesis of Adam Foster at the moment. Both title challenges are 1-2 on the grid, but in reverse order. So it's kind of thrown a switch into the battle. But Luke's still there in 3rd at the moment. But Stefano is going through towards Swanscurve and then up to McLean's now. So he's going to be thereabouts. But what is going to happen? Daz is up into 4th then with that Audi number 13, Audi R8 LMS GT3. I think it is the LMS GT3. I'm not too sure whether. I think that was Boss that had gone off. I've just seen a glimpse of a car go off up towards Coppice there, I think. So Luke's going to be on a massive charge. He's got Dario ahead, but 8 minutes to go in qualifying them. We'll see how fast and close it's going to get. Like I say, with the qualifying session, it is going to be thereabouts. They have the 30-minute races tonight, so you know they won't be obviously pushing for tyres or fuel. They will be going flat out for 30 minutes in both 2 races. And then obviously next week we go to the famous Spa-Francorchamps for an hour endurance, but tonight is all about the 30-minute sprint races. It is a very topsy-turvy twist for Thursday Night Race League on a Thursday. If you're interested, there is spaces for this season, I believe, or we are looking for certain drivers, but it'll be very interesting. I think Dario's kind of held up Luke for the time being, or is Luke trying to get the toe off Dario for the time being? He's abandoned that lap time. I think he's just gone thereabouts. But Adam Foster, oh, he's gone a 126.9. So the 127s have been virtually smashed at the moment. So that seems to be what he wants here. He wants to try and push on for a quick lap time. It seems to be Stefano Marchetto, not 0.78 of a second behind him. This could be very interesting as he heads towards the S's for what will be another flying lap. He goes into there, he's got that Mercedes, he doesn't even brake going into there. As a bit of, oh, he clips the curb too much, he went flat out and he's hit the barrier there. That's pushed him too hard. He's not going to be liking that. He'll probably do some Gabriele Tarquini-esque swearing and having Italian road rage, because that kind of hampered him. You could tell he went flat out into the S's there, but it's going to be thereabouts. We'll see what Dazza can do. Is he going to make it up into the top 3 of qualifying? 6 minutes left then, so it's going to be very close to see how well things do. I think the likes of Kakatakos, I think he's still getting used to that Ferrari at the moment. You can just see him coming through the old hairpin, try to push on. He's a likeable character. He missed last week due to personal reasons, but it's good to see him on the grid for this season. I'll tell you what, he's a likeable character, so he's going to be thereabouts. We'll see exactly how well he does with the Ferrari. Getting to grips, it seems a bit unusual because he's normally in his bright green Porsche 911, but fair play, he's gone to a Ferrari this season. Currently 4th place at the moment, 14th rather. But I was going to say, if he was 4th I'd be very impressed, but he's 14th at the moment. Yet set a lap time. I think he's just getting to grips slightly. Mike Bullen up into 10th, Yuri 11th, Michael in 12th, then followed by Skyfu, and of course Kakatakos rounding out the field at the moment with 5 minutes left in qualifying. Then is it going to be very close? I think Luke's going to try and push on for that Mercedes. So it's Ferrari from Mercedes, Mercedes, Audi, Mercedes, followed by Audi, followed by Bentley, followed by Mercedes, followed by Lamborghini, Honda, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Bentley and Ferrari. But seems the Ferrari of Adam Foster, and you can just see him in the background. Kakatakos goes into pit lane, then 4.5 minutes remain, but you can just see Adam Foster when we were looking at the screen. You can just see him going down the back straight. But is he going to try and push all the way? He seems to be a very quick qualifier. It seems the Ferrari is wanting another back-to-back pole position. It could be thereabouts. We'll see how well he goes. He's going to try and push on to extend that pole position. Stefano is still 0.093 now of a second. He's going to try and push on, but Adam's still there. He's gone now 126 rather, 0.7. He's going to be thereabouts, but seems Bart's up into 4th then. So Bart's trying to push that Mercedes. From what I heard, the Mercedes, if you get flat out into the chicane, into the S's, it can unsettle you. It has been proved because Stefano actually did push it. He's actually now 0.2 seconds behind Adam Foster. So 3 minutes and 24 seconds then to go. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. There's yellow flag at red gate, but it's been withdrawn, so we'll see exactly how well things go. I think Bart could be the one to watch tonight, the number 33 Mercedes, the Dutchman. We'll see how well he goes. A bit of flame popping out the side exhaust there as he brakes for the Melbourne hairpin, but he will be there. About 3 minutes left then. So what is going to happen in these last 3 minutes? Are we going to see a very close are very equal times. It seems Bart's going to power his way out of there. There's another yellow flag into red gate. I'm trying to figure out who that would be, but looks like it's still going on. But Luke's still there in third then. I think the yellow flag has been withdrawn. So 2.5 minutes then to go before qualifying has finished for the first sprint race of the evening. These sprint races will be over in a flash. You may think they're very long because it's 30 minutes. They are not long races at all. The weather is looking perfectly poised for an absolute epic night of racing. So it looks like Stefano is going to try and get thereabouts. Is he going to try and beat Adam's time and get onto pole position? At the moment he flies through the S's. Luckily he didn't do what he did a couple of moments ago, but he's still there in second place at the moment, the number 4 Mercedes. His teammate Dario is down in 8th at the moment, so that could be a very close battle between them, but looking exactly at what is going to happen. So Adam's still coming through the S's now, but we'll see exactly what is he going to do. He's going to try and push on for quite some time. He's actually gone off the line there, so that's kind of hampered him. So the helicam is doing its job, going through the hairpin then for what will be a minute and 17 seconds remaining left in qualifying. But it is going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen. Well, I think Adam's going to push for one more time and he's going to try and go there. There was a yellow flag going into red gate. Whether that's going to hamper his time, but there's quite a lot of interest this evening. Luke's only 1.002 seconds behind these guys now, so he's going to try and push on with 40 seconds left. He's going into the S's now. It's going to be thereabouts. Will Luke surprise and split the 2 championship protagonists, or is he going to be thereabouts and just stay in third place? At the moment he needs to literally get some good luck. He's had some thereabouts close finishes, but he wants to now make a charge to try and get to where he wants to be for obviously the championship. But at the moment he's coming through the last hairpin then, excuse me, but he goes, still stays third at the moment from according to the timing screen. So he's there, so it goes, so it is now roughly a provisional pole position for Adam. Stefano Marchetto is second then, with Luke in currently third. He's pushing on. Maybe he wants to get another lap and try and push on. He's still got a bit of time to do it. Bart in fourth then, Dazza fifth then, with Comet in sixth. Rich in seventh. Seems to be not enjoying his time in the Bentley round here at the moment, but hopefully he will push on. Dario 8th, Clonif 9th, Mike Bullen in 10th, then Kakatakos 11th, Michael in 12th, followed by Yuri 13th, and Skyfu in 14th at the moment. But I think Luke's trying to push the maximum out of that Mercedes. He wants to try and split the likes of Stefano and of course Adam to say, right, you guys, I'm going to put a dent in your championship title, or your dent of your title challenge, should I say. That is exactly what I was trying to say, but it came out slightly wrong. But we'll see exactly what Luke's going to do. He's obviously pushing on. He's going to try and be there. What's he going to do? He's only managed third at the moment, but that is a very good showing from the Welshman in the Mercedes then. So it looks like just looking at the it's looking exactly at qualifying then, it looks like Adam Foster has literally escaped with pole position there. So he's done very well to hold off Stefano with 0.261 of a second between the pair of them. So it is going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen. But looking at what's going to happen then, it is going to be very interesting. The guys are on the grid for setting up the cars ready for the first of 30-minute races here at Donington Park, and it is going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But you've got these guys pushing on, and I'll tell you what, it is going to be very close. It does look like everyone is on the grid for this race. Obviously you have the likes of course Poddy Flack and of course Bullen in the pit lane at the start of the formation lap at Imola, so that start from the pit lane, which was probably a bit of a bold move because it kind of avoided a bit of carnage. But we'll see what the third of the sprint races are gonna do this evening. It is gonna be very interesting. It is obviously the third sprint race of the season. It is going to be a 30-minute race, it seems to be thereabouts, but obviously, you know, looking at the times of qualifying, it seems very close and it seems to be quite interesting. This track is not the greatest for overtaking, especially in a GT car, because the gaps can get very closed up. But looking at the grid then, it is looking a very colourful grid. It is looking likely we are going to get very close. We're getting ready for the formation lap, so we'll see exactly what is going to happen. But strap yourselves in, guys, because you do not want to miss the action. It is going to be thereabouts. It is going to be quite close to see exactly what's going to happen. Is Stefano or Adam going to take the first race victory of the evening, or are we going to see someone else take out a victory? So Adam leads them away then from Luke via Bart, via of course Dazet, followed by Rich, and then of course Comer, followed by Dario, and I think that was Clenough, and then Kakatakos, and of course Bullen towards the tail of the field. It does look like, you know, 14 drivers tonight. It isn't too bad at all. We do have some close proximity racing. Just looking back at Adam's Ferrari then, as he goes through the train of curves now, just to see how close it's going to get. He's obviously trying to push on. The guys will be thereabouts, but I think he's just trying to bunch the guys up just to say, right, let's try and work together. So through the old hairpin we go then, up towards Swans Curve. It is going to be very close. You can just see the guys just getting a bit of heat into the tyres, brakes, etc., just to make sure. Connor's got a bit of a issue there. He's obviously trying to push on with the Audi, the 53 Audi, but it is going to be thereabouts. Obviously, luckily on the formation lap, they're on the formation lap, so there's no damage occurred, unless, and I hate to remind Luke of this, but unless you're Luke and you like to crash off at formation lap at Kyle Army in season 2 last season, but I'm sure he will not forgive me for that. But that was a famous mistake on the formation lap last season, as the cold tyres and then ended up into the barrier. Luckily it didn't do too much damage. He still cracked on and took the start of the race, and then obviously when it came to his compulsory pit stop, he took the idea to repair it. Adam Foster takes that vector cell barrier out of the S's there. That is not going to be, hopefully that is repaired for the start of the race, because that is going to be taking out the braking point, or maybe the apex point. But he's probably thought, oops, but it's not like him. But hopefully they are going to get into their 2x2. It looked like it was going to be 3x3 then, but hopefully the 2x2 starting positions very soon. It is going to be very interesting to see what happens for the first of a couple of proximity, trying to find out exactly where Rich has gone. Rich has disappeared. I think he kind of, don't know exactly what's happened to Rich, because he has looked like he's had a bit of an issue with the Bentley. But we are good to go then for round number 3 of the championship, and it is the first of sprint races tonight here at Donington Park. Who is going to get the move done into turn number 1? It looks to me that Adam's got that move done, but it looks like Daz is trying to catch up, and I think Rich has decided enough's enough, but that's a bit unfortunate there. But at the moment then, oh, Kakatakos, is that Kakatakos? Yes it was. Cold tyres spinning down at the old hairpin, so he's got thereabouts, but Commer's joined him at the tail of the field. Don't know exactly what happened, but that's allowed the likes of Adam Foster and Stefano, and of course Luke, trying to push on, going towards Copy now for the first time then. Bart still there in 4th place at the moment, Daz 5th at the moment, with of course Clenough in 6th place at the moment. Top class AM class driver is Clenough, he's thereabouts, but looking at Michael and of course Bullen's trying to push that Honda to where he wants to be. It looks like the Recticel barrier has actually been pushed to one side into the gravel trap on the entry of the S's there, but nevertheless we'll see exactly. There's only one Bentley left then, so Skyfu is going to be pushing on with Yuri and of course Kakatakos and Comma, followed by Dario. Dario's had a bit of an issue there, but it looks like the Mercedes, the number 6 Mercedes, has had a bit of a drama on the opening lap then. So going back towards the top end of the field then, so Adam Foster looks like he's leading the way then down towards Hollywood into the Craners. These could be very carefully picked out if we get the battles thereabouts, but Adam's pushing that Ferrari to what could be another very much interesting sprint race victory. He's thereabouts. He narrowly missed out on trying to get 2nd place at Imola for the first sprint race of the season by the fast Rich in the Bentley. I don't know exactly what's happened to Rich, but don't know whether he's had a bit of an issue with the Bentley, but it seemed he was trying to pull off into the pit lane at the end of the formation lap. Was a bit of an unfortunate, but nevertheless Stefano is trying to catch up to of course Adam, but in the meantime the likes of Luke's trying to catch up to these two. But I think there's a yellow flag there. Who is that? Is it Kakatakos? Yeah, Kakatakos. It's gone off at Copies there. He's got the Ferrari got going again, but I think he's slowly adapting to that Ferrari, but that's allowed Comma and of course Dario to get back. There's Dario and Comma has a bit of a twitch there, but then that also allows Dario to get alongside, but then Comma fights back and it's going to be thereabouts. But you know, this could be a battle for a very lowly 12th and 11th places at the moment, but Stefano, his teammates, trying to push on to try and catch up to Adam, but looks like Comma's trying to push past Dario. Dario's had to concede that 11th place at the moment, but what is happening further up the road? It looks like Bart is still trying to catch up to the likes of Luke, and of course Marma's trying to catch up to Adam at the moment, but you can just see the Mercedes and the Audi thereabouts 4th and 5th at the moment. Clenough doing a very stellar job. Clenough doesn't like it round here, but he's 6th place at the moment, so hopefully that changes his slight attitude around here. But it looks like it's going to be very close. He's got Mike Bullen behind him, the other M class. He's got I believe Michael's dropped back a bit. Yes, he has. He's dropped down to 7th place at the moment, so he's got the likes of Comma and of course Dario behind him. Yuri is in 9th then, with Skyfu in 8th place at the moment, so it's getting very close, but at the moment you can just see how quick these guys are going. 25.5 minutes left then, as Marma tries to push on to Adam Foster going into Redgate. Then it seems to be very close and personal between the pair of them. Is this going to be exactly how it's going to be for the first night, the first race of the night? It could be very close between the pair of them. We'll see exactly what's going to happen. Luke's still there in 3rd place at the moment. He's got Bart thundering down towards the old hairpin, trying to chase after him. You can just see how quick that Mercedes is, the 33 Mercedes. Go on board with the Mercedes then, going up towards McLean's for the third time then. He's going to be thereabouts. He's trying to push on, but is it going to do him any favours? It may do. Both the Mercedes are obviously quick cars at the moment, but he's thereabouts. He's got Clenough. No, he hasn't. I do apologise. He's got Dazzle behind him. He's the Audi. It's obviously familiar engine sounds, but he's got Dazzle trying to push on in the number 13 Audi. I'm not going to say the unlucky 13 because it isn't, but he's bouncing over the curbs there, trying to chase after Bart. With the likes of Stefano now catching up to Adam Foster. This could be very close to see exactly what's going to happen between the Italian and the Englishman, but it looks like then Comet and of course Dario have got past Michael with Skyfu in course 12th with Kakisakos 13th at the moment, but is Stefano going to catch up to Adam at the end of the lap? There is a slow car according to that white flag there, but I don't see there's a slow car. Maybe Adam's Ferrari's a bit I'm not going to say broken, but I think the marshals are trying to confuse us slightly at the moment. He's only not 0.9, not 0.9 of a second to catch up to Adam. Is he going to try and get the move done? I think he'll try and catch up. 23.5 minutes left then. It could be thereabouts. We'll try and come back to that battle very slightly. Luke's still there in third place at the moment. Bart's in fourth then. Dazza still in fifth. Clenough sixth place at the moment. Chased by Mike Bullen. Mike Bullen's got that Honda really dialed up. We'll go on board with the Honda. So we'll see exactly what the Honda driver can do. We'll just go thereabouts. Is he going to try and push on for that sixth place? He's trying to chase down Clenough. Going down the Dunlop straight then for the fourth time then. Going into the S's. You can just see the Lamborghini of Clenough there, the 900 numbered Lamborghini, the Dutchman versus the Welshman. Could be very interesting between the pair of them. Both AM-class runners as well. Going into the hairpin then, we'll see exactly what Mike can do. Gets the power down of that Honda. Beautifully sounding Honda, I'll tell you that now. But he's going to try and push on. He's going to try and get Clenough this time round, I think. But has the battle for the lead changed? No, he hasn't. Slightly 1 second, just only thereabouts, but he's now pushed it down to 0.9 seconds. Oh, Adam's gone off at the old hairpin. Adam has gone off at the old hairpin. Has he pushed himself too much? But I don't think so. I think he just had a bit of a brake issue going into the old hairpin, so that has allowed Marmot to take the race lead. Then Adam will be livid with that. He will be disappointed. So he's going to have to try and push on with around 22 minutes to go. Luke still there in third, then with Bart still fourth. But I think the Mercedes is going to be having a bit of an advantage. He's going to try and catch up. I think Clenough is still pushing that Lamborghini to its paces. Still got Mike trying to push after him, but I'll tell you what, fair play at the moment. But talking point then is Adam going off the circuit then at the old hairpin. Has he got an issue with the Ferrari, or is it just a bit of lapse of concentration? He's now 2.1 seconds behind Marmer at the moment, but it could be very close. It's still early doors in this race with around 21 minutes left in this race. It seems to be a very close battle. I think Mike's still trying to catch up to Clenough. We'll see exactly what's going to happen between these two, because I think the Honda is going to try and push on. We'll go back on board with the NSX GT3 and Mike Bullen then, number 3 Honda, chasing after Clenough going into Redgate. But there is a yellow flag. Who is that? And it looks like Bart's gone off at. Bart's had a bit of damage. Didn't see exactly how he managed that, but he's now been caught by Clenough and Mike Bullen. He's got to be very careful. But I think he's damaged that Mercedes. That's a bit unfortunate. So that's put the likes of Clenough up into, I think it's now 5th place, I believe. Yes, it has. But Marmer still leads the race then. And of course Adam Foster chased. You can see Adam's trying to chase him back because He knows he wants to try and take another win. It could be opening up, but that's allowed Clenough up into obviously 5th place now with Bart's damaged Mercedes. But I think the Hondas are going to try and chase him. Well, I think Adam's going to try and chase after Marmer. But this is exactly how the racing pans out. The sprint races don't fail to disappoint. Luke's still there in 3rd place at the moment. Looks very slow at the moment. I'm not too sure whether he's just playing it cool and just hoping that these two have a bit of the two ahead of him have a bit of an issue, so it allows him to jump into that race lead. But 19 minutes and 23 seconds left then of the opening race of the evening here at Donington Park. Adam fires his way into the old hairpin then, up towards Swans Curve then. He's going to try and push on. It's still 1.038 of a second towards Marmer at the moment. He's got to push on. He knows that mistake may have hurt him slightly, but Bullen's got past Clenough for that 6th place, that 5th place rather. Looks like Clenough is trying to get used to pushing that Lamborghini through its paces. I do apologise, we missed that move, but you know, I think Mike's going to be on course for a decent result here tonight at Donington Park. But from what I heard, obviously knowing this circuit, it does help slightly. But obviously Adam's got very closer. He's got closer to Marmer this time. We'll go on board with the Ferrari. He is thereabouts. He is trying to, excuse me, he's trying to push on at the moment. As we go through Goddard's hairpin for the 7th time then. It's going to be very close between these two this time round. It is around, obviously, quite a bit of time between the pair of them. So obviously Stefano raced the Ferrari last season, so he knows how it works. But the 0.3, 0.4, that seems Marmer's got a bit of an advantage with that Mercedes power. But the Ferrari is coming back strong into the old hairpin then for the 8th time, and it could be very close between the pair of them. It looks like Luke's dropped back a minute, 4.0 of a second. But I tell you what, it is going to be very close between the likes of Marmer and of course Adam. Now this could be a very close battle between the pair of them, both championship protagonists at the moment. But it seems that, you know, the Ferrari and Mercedes both quite on the pace here at the moment, but it could be very close to see exactly what happens. I think Luke's just sitting back and thinking, if you two have an incident, it will invite me to take the race lead. But at the moment, Adam brings it back to 0.3 of a second towards the Melbourne hairpin. He thinks about it. Marmer's a bit slow on exits. Adam's right in his gearbox now, trying to push that Mercedes. Is he going to try and take the move? Is he going to try and do it? Marmer's still flashing the brake lights, obviously going out of Goddard's hairpin, but Adam's going to try and push on for another time there. He's going to be trying to literally push the living daylights out of that Ferrari to try and get back past that number 4 Mercedes at the moment, but going down towards the Hollywood into the Craners then. It's going to be there about towards the old hairpin. What is going to happen this time round? Are we going to see a bit of a battle? Bring the helicam so you guys can see exactly how close it gets. The spectators are in for a treat. The temperature and the weather couldn't be better this evening. It is absolutely top class, but it looks like Marmer clipped that curb. Is Adam going to try and make the move into copy? No, he isn't. He's dropped back a bit, but I think he's going to be thereabouts. He will be trying to chase down. I think that mistake at the old hairpin in the early stages of the race has kind of helped him slightly. And I mean, it's not helped him, but it's kind of made him race a bit more harder to try and get up to Marmer now. But this could be very close with 15 minutes and 39 seconds. Bart's gone into pit lane then with that damaged Mercedes. He's not going to be happy with that. He was doing so well. He will be absolutely livid. It looks like Daz is still 4th at the moment, but it's going to be very close between the likes of Adam and Marmer. Adam wants to try and get past Marmer, get back past and take that race lead. He knows what he's got to do, but he can't push too hard. But they're going into Red Gate. It's almost tooth and nail. Marma gets a bit of a wiggle on going out of Red Gate though, but going down towards Hollywood and then into the Craners. Gotta be careful. So the halfway through the race, but it's, as we say, it's still a long way. But into the old hair.